All right, we're at the Bardstown soccer fields this morning. It's Kenny Fogle. Glad you could join us here today. And we're going to talk a little bit to Martin Bodkin here. He's going to talk a little bit about we've got soccer camp going on right now. Now, soccer season, a lot of people know, goes on different times of the year. But right during the summertime, kids are out of school. And we bring in, well, I'm not going to say you're a professional at this, but you got quite a few credentials.
I've been doing it many years now, Kenny. I must admit the first few years it ranged from 6 to 8 kids. And the number keeps getting bigger each year, where I've had to cap it off actually this year. So
well, that I guess that leads right me into my very first question: is the rise of soccer. I mean, when I was growing up, I mean, soccer wasn't even heard of. I mean, that's something you wanted to do. And slowly and throughout the years, soccer has become really a booming sport in the last few years here in America.
Well, I think it's it's a game where you don't have to be really tall or really fast. You can be good at soccer in many different ways. But I've definitely seen an increase in numbers since I've been here probably 15 years now, and I'm seeing a bigger number each year. Better players are coming through earlier, so that's a good sign.
Now, where did you get your soccer training at? I mean, you obviously started out as a young age.
I started at a young age in England. I was at a professional club for 2 years as an apprentice, and then I was released and I played the highest level of semi-pro in England. And then I was contacted by Lindsay Wilson College, and I come over on a full soccer scholarship in 1994. Spent 4 years there. We had a very successful team. I then started the St. Catherine College soccer program in 2001. I did that for about 4 years and then moved to Bardstown. I work at the middle school, but I coached the high school girls team.
So you finally made it to the big time. You got to Bardstown.
Got to the big time.
So let me ask you a few questions just simply about soccer. Now, I was listening to your warm-up when you talked to the kids before practice. You got kids, I think some of them working on goals, being a goalie, some of them working. And there's different aspects to soccer. It's not just going out kicking the ball. So, a little bit to some of the older folks like me, explain a little bit what soccer really is.
Well, obviously the game is scoring as many goals as the other team. A lot of teams have a formation where they'll have a certain amount of defenders, certain amount of midfield players and some attackers, I guess, like most sports. At a young age, I encourage any coaches out there to let the kids play all over the field. The more versatile they are, the more helpful they're going to be towards their team, especially in the high school setting. A lot of coaches focus on certain positions, and that's not really bringing the kid along. So my words are there to any new coaches: when you get into your scrimmage at the end of practice, let them explore the whole field.
So one of the things too is, obviously, if you've been at every level, you've been at the high school level, college level, and this level here. So when you see the players coming here at this level, I mean, is it more of encouraging them to sort of to make the game fun, or are you actually looking to actually develop skills?
Well, when they leave here, I'm hoping they've developed at least 6 to 8 new skills. And again, I tell everybody this: everybody can really do the skill. It's how quick and how well you can master it that'll differentiate you from another player. But we do the same skills. There's inside turns, outside turns, there's step over. Some players will do it in the practice area, but they won't. They then get nervous during the game, and we try and encourage it as much as we can. That whatever they learn from here, like them to put it into their game.
Is a lot of athleticism involved in soccer?
A lot of athleticism. I think we've got the World Cup starting Thursday. These guys monitor how much running they do in the game, and it's a crazy amount of running. Growing up, soccer, we used to only have 2 subs, and you only come out if you were hurt. So the kids over here, obviously with the weather as well being a lot warmer than Europe, we need more subs. But that's one part of the game that's changed since I played many years ago.
So again, we're glad to see you up here doing this soccer camp. Now, it's basically just here to train them. Then when you leave here, they'll be going back to their respective schools. And
they go to their schools. I mean, I've got students from Lebanon and Nelson County, and they all go to different schools. So it's open to anybody. But again, I don't want it to get too big, just because I don't want the quality of instruction to go down. So it's come on a first base.
So you really had to limit, like I said, limit yourself.
I'll limit. Yeah, I've got to limit it.
Okay.
Because I do it on my own with my high school players. But,
so basically, you've got some more of this coming up this year. Are you already booked
the
for the
next
rest
2 weeks?
You already booked?
I'm fully booked next week.
Booked. So I'm not going to bother to tell anybody to call you right now. Then
the final week, I've only got a couple of spots.
Well, soccer, like I said, it's growing, constantly growing, and it's getting more popular. As you just mentioned a few minutes ago, just about anybody that can put their mind to it can do something in soccer.
Yes, yeah, and that's the great thing about it. And it's one of them games that if you work hard at it, you can become very good at it very quick.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and there's scholarships available. That's the beautiful thing. But like you said, you came over on a scholarship, and a lot of kids. I know there's scholarships actually probably go unclaimed at some point, or there are in some sports. Soccer's probably filling up.
You know, soccer's it's a tough sport to get a full scholarship.
Uh-huh.
You know, a lot of the bigger cities, there's so many players in them bigger cities and bigger clubs. You know, a lot of kids are recruited as sophomores, juniors, and signed, ready to go. So, I mean, I from such a small community, we do well to get, and we have several who've gone into the college ranks. So I think that's a great achievement itself.
All right, well, Martin, I appreciate you stopping here and taking a few minutes of your time with us, because I know you're busy trying to get all this done, and I know it's important to have your practice. We appreciate you letting us stick around for a few minutes, and if you don't mind, we'll stick around and watch you a little bit and see what the kids are doing out there, and and highlight. Well, we want to highlight soccer, and then we do appreciate you coming here, and we appreciate what you do.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So we'll take a quick break here right now. We come back, we'll take a look at what the kids are doing out on the soccer field. Martin Bodkin and his crew, and again, you know, the soccer field is filling up, and as a matter of fact, got limits. Just a few years ago, as he said, it was hard to get people out here on the field. Now they actually have limits as to people, and they're coming from all over, whether it's Lebanon, Springfield, or Bardstown. They're stopping in to be trained in soccer, and again, it's a growing sport. Kentucky's known for basketball, a little bit of football, sometimes baseball, but soccer is really moving its way in, and we're going to take a look at some of these youngsters right after we come back.